Hey guys, Swordsman here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about StarCraft 2 today because I've been playing it a bit lately. I've been really having some fun with it. I've been trying out some different things, and the more I tweet about it, the more people reply to me on Twitter about StarCraft 2, and I realized that a lot of people really maybe underestimate the value that can be found within the game of StarCraft 2. So I figured I would talk about that today, sort of like an introduction to StarCraft 2 for you guys. Now, I know whenever somebody says the word StarCraft 2, people usually think of the crazy little Korean guys that can do 300 actions per minute and are so intense in their multiplayer stuff in their world rankings and everything. But while that is a core reason for why a lot of people buy it, that really is not all that StarCraft 2 has to offer. If you were to buy the game, never play a single ladder match that's like ranked multiplayer, I would still tell you that it is well worth the price of investing in the game to pick it up and have fun with. When you start out, this game has one of the best single players for an RTS that I've ever experienced. It has an in-depth storyline, brilliant character development that carries over from the first game. It has just absolutely breathtaking cinematics, which I've tried to include here in this compilation of footage. The single player, it's very friendly and has a variety of difficulty levels. If you have never played an RTS before, you come into StarCraft 2, you try out the campaign rather, you go through the tutorial, you put it on casual difficulty, and you will enjoy one of the most epic story adventures that you will have played, because this RTS storyline is just so in-depth where it will grab you and make you interested and keep you playing for hours as you go through the missions. As you progress and you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can kick up the difficulty, you can go back to previous missions, you can start completely over. It has some different little choices you can make along the way for who do you help, who do you not help, how do you specialize your units as you gain research power. So the single player alone, if you never touched any of the other multiplayer stuff, that to me would warrant buying this game. If you enjoy RTS or you're a fan of just a good storyline gameplay, and you're willing to try an RTS that is easy to get into with the lower difficulty settings in the tutorials, this would definitely be worth checking out. Now, when you go from there, if you really want to then expand on what this really has to offer, still without touching any of the ladder matches type stuff, you will find hundreds, if not thousands, of multiplayer games that have nothing to do with the seriousness of like the 1v1s or the 2v2s and stuff like that. And even then, it's not serious. It really isn't until you're like Grandmaster League, okay? And so there's these custom games that I'm going to include some footage of. You have like popular ones like Nexus Wars. You have Mono Battles. Mono Battles is where you pick a race, or you can randomly be assigned a race. And then you just get to pick one particular unit from that race that it has to offer. And then you get to play through a game of 4-on-4, and you can only make that unit. I have found this to be a very interesting way to experiment with how to control those particular units, how to experiment with getting to know them, what they're useful for, what their strengths are, to practice micromanaging them. That's where you control the unit and you just do like little extra bits to help them win their battles, to positioning, to using their like stim pack, their special abilities, force fields, things like that. A little micromanagement you can learn along the way. And like things like that, you can join up with some friends, you can make new friends, get in there and play these custom games together, and you will have an absolute blast. No one takes Mono Battles or Nexus Wars seriously. It's just you get in there with some friends and you have a hell of a time. Myself, Delusional, Kraut, Holy Hand Grenade, we've been playing a lot of custom games lately. Kraut and I, previously, we've been doing a lot of laddering, but then it's just nice to take a break into the custom games and you realize just how much stuff is there for you to play with and to have some fun with. And once you really take into consideration the depth that this game offers, you will definitely start to see just how much fun can be had throughout this purchase. It's a game that it intimidates people. It really does. They know like what it's like at the top level. Maybe you've watched a game on YouTube by Husky or HD or something I've linked on Twitter, and you're like, I could never do that. But that doesn't mean you couldn't enjoy the game. that you couldn't find something that you love about this particular game, because there really is something for everyone. I think even if Athena would give me a chance, I could find something she would like to do. There's even a StarCraft Bejeweled 1 versus 1 type of silly thing that you can play. But that's something else I wanted to get to. There's these hundreds and hundreds of custom games, and what if you don't like something? Or what if you're creative? What if in like Halo you like designing maps? Well, StarCraft 2 releases with a full-fledged map editor that is basically what Blizzard used to design their multiplayer maps and their mini-games and stuff. And if you invest the time to learn how to properly use their map editor, you can design your own custom games. You can go on and design your own multiplayer maps or your own single-player experience. There is a gentleman that went through and basically recreated the entire campaign from StarCraft 1 and made it to be playable in StarCraft 2 with the new graphics and the better engine and everything like that, which is absolutely awesome. So when you really just sort of like browse around into the custom games, there's just so much fun there waiting to be had. It offers unlimited practice time if you want to do it against the AI. The AI, again, has varying difficulty levels from very easy up to insane, and insane is freaking crazy. But you don't even have to play against another player if you don't want to. You just get in there, you just go against the AI, you practice your build orders, you learn about the different races, and you try stuff out. And then so, at this point then, you've probably had the game for a couple months. You've been enjoying custom games, maybe you tried out making a custom map, maybe you've been playing the AI, you beat the single player, and then there's the multiplayer. The multiplayer. Oh. It's nerve-wracking. It is intimidating. It is hard to make yourself play 1v1. But you know what's not hard? Getting 3 other friends and going to play 4v4. Why? Because nobody takes it seriously. It's 4v4. This game is balanced and dedicated around 1v1. But if you get 3 friends and you go into a 4v4, a 3v3, a 2v2, and you just have some fun, it really starts to open up opens up a gateway towards, hey, this multiplayer ranking type stuff and laddering is actually kind of fun. It's not so scary. I can do this. I can have fun with this. And then maybe you'll work your way down to a 2v2, which is a little bit harder. It's not quite as crazy as 4v4, and there is some set strategies and stuff, but I can tell you this much, playing 2v2 is a lot easier than doing 1v1. So what if you play 2v2 for a couple months, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, we're kind of good. We win a decent amount. We win about 60% of our games. Then you might try 1 versus 1. And then you realize, hey, wait a minute. I've been messing around in the custom games and these 2v2s and 4v4s, and I kind of know what I'm doing here. I'm winning some of these 1v1 matches. I'm having fun. This isn't scary. And then you realize, okay, this is freaking awesome. And it's really not as scary as some people think. It is. It's just an outstanding game. It is. I will never stop singing the praises of StarCraft 2. This review almost is really well overdue. But I was talking about it on Twitter. I had mentioned I had thought about doing an introductory thing. Boom Man said he'd be interested, so I'm like, screw it. I'll try to capture some footage and put something together to show you guys. Hopefully the footage that went along with this you'll have enjoyed. And if you decide to give this game a try, you buy it, let me know. I would love to hear that this video maybe encourage somebody to go out and buy the epicness that is StarCraft 2. Take care, guys. I look forward to seeing your comments.